Hey, welcome back to the Big Grand Show. Thank you for joining me. Got some tragic news yesterday out of the Supreme Court. As has been widely reported, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away yesterday at 87 years old. She's been on the court since roughly 93, I believe it was, when Bill Clinton swore her into office. He was, I believe, his first pick to put into office or onto the Supreme Court. And she was a fighter. She fought before she was on the court. She fought after she was on the court. She spent her entire life fighting for marginalized groups. She fought for things like gender equality, LGBTQ rights, and civil rights in general. She was one of the better Supreme Court justices of my lifetime. Sadly, she's gone. And unfortunately, a lot of people may suffer because of it. Because if you remember back in 2016, what happened when Anthony Scalia passed away? I believe it was February of that year, they said. And Mitch McConnell refused to allow Barack Obama to replace Anthony Scalia, saying that the voters needed to decide. Even though nowhere in the Constitution does it state that he had the right or the ability to do that. Nor does it state that you have to wait until an election. But now he is saying there will be a vote immediately. As soon as Trump sends a pick over, there will be a vote immediately to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And you can guarantee if Trump gets this pick through, and he will, it'll be an extreme, far-right, radical, just like Brett Kavanaugh. And you will start seeing things go tick, 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 down a row that are going to be gone. That ruling this past over the summer that said that transgender people could not be fired and gay people couldn't be fired simply for their sexuality. That ruling will get reversed. The rulings they've made on abortion cases since Kavanaugh took office or took his spot on the court, those will be reversed. And some of those weren't bad rulings for people that are pro-choice. The Voting Rights Act will be gone. It'll be gutted. You remember they've already taken out some of the most important parts of the Voting Rights Act. But now it's basically a supermajority on the court. Freedoms will be gone. The Constitution be damned. Now, you might sit there and think, Jake, you're wrong. That's not going to happen. Really? You really think that's not going to happen? You really think that when they go complete conservative on that court, that they won't go after you? That the rights that you've been afforded for years won't go away? Really? Let's think back to that decision during Barack Obama's time that ruled gay marriage, or as I call it, marriage, legal. It'll be gone. I mean, come on, when your swing vote is going to be Chief Justice John Roberts, one of the more conservative people to be named to the court, come on now. We are in a mess here. Now, there are some Republicans that have stood up and said that they will not vote for to confirm a new person until January. Till after the inauguration of whoever wins the election in November. Now that sounds great, but in all in all, it's not that good for some of the cases coming up that they may rule on between now and then. But the fact is, there's only 4. All it takes is one or two Democrats to defect to the other side and say they support the candidate or the nomination. And boom. You've got an ultra-conservative radical sitting on the bench. Because do you think Donald Trump is really going to give you somebody good? Somebody that has good nature? Somebody that's not a radical? No, that's not what Donald Trump's about. He's about getting those conservative people humanly possible to put on the court. You look back to when Obama tried to pick somebody to replace Scalia. He picked Gorsuch. Not Gorsuch. I forget his name now. That was the other person that Trump put on the thing. But when Obama tried to replace somebody, Merrick Garland, and tried to put Merrick Garland on the court, they refused to vote on him. He wasn't a liberal. He was a moderate. He wasn't even liberal at all. He was literally right in the middle on the way he had carried himself and carried on in courts, before being nominated for the Supreme Court. He was not a left-wing radical. Obama was trying to put people that would do their job properly and properly follow the Constitution. But Mitch McConnell decided that he will immediately vote, now that we're only 40 some odd days out from the election, that they will immediately vote for a new person for the Supreme Court. And if you ask me, that's wrong. If it wasn't good in 2016 to do that 230 days out from the election, then it's not okay to do it now. So if any of you Republicans out there happen to see this, I believe it's in your best interest to hold Mitch McConnell to his word. Now, I hope these Republicans that are holding out, saying that they won't vote for anybody until the inauguration, actually do so and hold Mitch McConnell to his word. You need to call your congressmen, your state senators, or your senators, let people know that you don't agree with replacing somebody 40 days out before the election. Because if it wasn't the right thing to do at 230 days out, it's not the right thing to do at 40 days out. Anyways, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a great justice, a great person. And she kind of got this rock star persona, which is kind of odd for a justice, really it is, because they don't usually get that much notoriety. But she was a great lady, a great woman. And she made it clear that women are just as capable as anybody else of doing jobs in positions of power. She proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that women do belong in the places where decisions are being made. Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away yesterday at 87 years old. My thoughts and prayers go out to her family and friends. I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry for the loss for America, because this was a very tragic thing. Anyways, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck. I'll see you down the road.